Good evening, all, and we're back again. This time we are back in Europe with our Monaco winner from EU4, Cos Hilly. Hilly, how are you doing today, pal?
Good evening. I'm very good, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm really good. Thanks for asking. I'm glad to be interviewing you because obviously me and you are quite close from EU4 last season, and obviously we were going to even be teammates for this season, but obviously that didn't quite work out. So I'm really happy to be interviewing you today. So first of all, thanks for joining us.
Me too.
Um, Brilliant,
Thank you.
and again, no problem at all, mate. It's our pleasure. And again, for anybody who does tune in to listen to this, if you do want an interview, just drop me a message and we can try and squeeze you in. But for tonight, let's get started. Monaco. Well, usually we spend a good 10, 15 minutes talking about the most previous race of every interview that we've had, but I don't quite think this one's going to cut it because what do we say? You qualified P1, you won the race very comfortably. I mean, you even got wing damage on lap 22, which, if I remember rightly, was around about 40-ish. So it's quite bad wing damage, and you were still pulling out a lead to the guys behind you. So this is going to be quite a quick conversation about Monaco, I think. But first of all, let's talk about your qualifying. I mean, you absolutely nailed it. Was you confident before you left the pits that? And I think I remember you saying in one of the EU tiers, well, obviously in EU4 tier in the chats that Monaco was quite a strong track for you. So before you left the garage in qualifying, was your expectation going? Was your expectation P1?
Yeah, to be honest, I tried first a couple of time trial laps and I managed to do a 1:8.9. But yeah,
Hmm.
time trial always is different from the multiplayer car. So I tried some laps with Blaze just before the race.
Hmm.
And most of the laps are more about low nines, 9.2, 9.3.
Hmm.
So I had a feeling I would be up there, but
Hmm.
I was surprised about the lap times of the other guys. I didn't
Yeah.
expect to be that much in front, to be honest with you.
So what was your what once obviously the qualifying ended and you've seen obviously the gaps from the gaps from to P2, P3, etc. Like, did that fill you with confidence? See, we know qualifying around Monaco can be tough. You could be the quickest driver in the world, and you could have just three bad laps where you invalidate, or you just have a bit of a nightmare. So we know Monaco is not always in qualifying. It's not always a true reflection of a driver's ability. In your case, it was because you absolutely smashed it out of the park. But when you looked at the gaps to the other drivers, did that fill you with confidence and think, you know what, if I keep this clean into turn one, I can run away with this like you did? Was that your mindset, or did you think this could be a tough race?
No, after qualifying, I have to be honest, my first lap was just a banker, the
Hmm.
1:09.8. I went out for a lap earlier, but I got blocked right in front of the pit. So
Hmm.
I had to try again. The 9.8 seemed to be the fastest one, so I had quite a feeling, that there was more to gain. So I
Hmm.
tried one extra lap where I messed up right at the penultimate corner. So
Hmm.
actually I backed out for one quicker lap. But
Hmm.
at turn one I almost binned it. But yeah, the 9.6 already stayed on the board. So yeah, I was happy
Yeah,
with the lap. And it
brilliant.
was, I think, about half a second quicker than Blaze in P2.
Yeah,
So yeah, when I saw that, I was pretty confident, as long as I kept it clean, that I could win the race
yeah.
quite
So
easily. Yeah.
that's good to see. Obviously, we like to see drivers full of confidence. Now EU4 has been obviously the first three races have been very exciting, ups and downs for everyone. I think from Spud's first podium in Spa to your first win this season in Monaco. Everyone's had a bit of an up and down moment, highs and lows, but all round EU4 has been fantastic to watch so far. As you said, you had the confidence going into the race that, because these guys were half a second off the pace in qualifying, you had that confidence to go in, and you've shown it. I mean, I think you was pulling a second a lap. Well, yeah, you did, because I think you finished around about 30 odd seconds in front of Sneaky Tom, I believe it was.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, so you evidently had the confidence. You're pulling a second a lap. The only kind of thing really, the only thing that really happened in your race, there were two kind of points to pick up on. I think the first one was the early safety car. Everyone kind of came into the pits. You went to the mediums,
Yes.
and some of the other guys behind you went to the hards. Now, was there a doubt in your mind once you've seen the guys behind come into the hards? Did you think, oh no, I should have done the hards as well? Or was you confident that the mediums were going to last all that way?
No, I saw it as an advantage, to be honest with you, because I tried one practice race before, and I did on purpose 38 laps on the mediums, so I know we would last the race. So I had the confidence that the mediums would make it to the end, especially with the safety car, of course. So yeah, I was pretty confident. One stop was enough to make it to the end.
Oh, brilliant. So obviously you doing your homework then and actually getting that practice in give you the edge. Other drivers, and I'll say myself included, didn't obviously go into that much effort. And what that's then done is that's kind of given you the upper hand, because obviously you go into the mediums. I think I remember I was listening to Tichy and Kavy do the interviews, and I think at one point Kavy mentioned, could Hilly be in trouble here because of him going to the mediums and the rest going to the hards? And we've seen maybe with drivers who don't quite look after the tyres as much as maybe you did, the mediums did kind of heat up after quite a long time on. The hards, in some circumstances, seeing the better tyre. But actually, I think I remember Tichy saying that your tyres were, I think, in a better condition than Sneaky Tom's. And he was maybe after 15, 20 laps, and that surprised me. So, are you naturally good with tyre management? Is it just your driving style? Do you purposely to manage your tyres, or is it just your style automatically does it?
I think it's my driver style. I don't really do it on purpose, but yeah, I think I've got an advantage to play with a wheel instead of a controller. And yeah, I always play with minimum tire pressures, so that's always an advantage with tire wear. So yeah, that's the only thing I can explain why it went so well on the mediums.
Yeah. No, that's fair enough. And as I say, you absolutely destroyed it. Like I say, 30 seconds gap to P2 was just incredible. So I suppose really the only other highlight, other than the safety car pit stop, was the wing damage. Lap 22, you picked up a bit of front wing, right hand side. I'm assuming that might have been. Was it the fast left corner after the Nouvelle chicane? Was that where you picked it up?
No, I have to be honest. I don't know how the corner is called, but it's the quick right left before the penultimate corner. So I don't. It's where you have to go over the bump.
Yeah. So yeah, the swimming pool section, I believe.
Pool section. Yes, that's it. Yes.
Yeah, and did you kind of hit the bump and then kind of veer into the wall on the right? Is that what happened?
Yes, exactly.
Now, obviously, I was watching the race, and I think maybe I mean the wing damage. Obviously, it didn't cause you any issues. Yes, it may have slowed you down a little bit, but because of your pace advantage, no, they weren't closing in. Was there ever a point where you thought, you know what, I'm just going to come in, I'm going to get a new wing, I'm going to get some fresh softs on, I'm just going to get the fastest lap as well? Was there ever because I think at one point with maybe 4 laps to go, yeah, you had like a 30 odd second gap, which, if memory serves, that should have got you in the pit, got you out with a front with a wing change, and still remain a couple of seconds in front of Sneaky Tom, but obviously on fresh softs. Did that ever cross your mind?
It crossed my mind, but I decided only to do it when there would be another safety car because I messed it up a little bit with penalties. So I was on 11
Right.
seconds. So I knew
Yeah.
when I was going to pit with 5 seconds that I had to
Hmm.
wait extra in the pit and a wing change. It would be very tricky to come out in front. So
Uh-huh.
I thought, would I sacrifice maybe 8 points to gain one? So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, it for me it was an easy decision to stay out and just take 25 points instead of 26.
Yeah, makes sense, to be honest. So yeah, I think that kind of boxes off Monaco there. I think we've talked about everything we possibly can. Just to kind of touch upon a couple of your previous races, I think Spa is definitely a good highlight for you. I think you, if I remember, you qualified quite low down. I think you're like P17 or P18, I think,
Uh,
in Spa,
Dead
and you
last.
finished,
I
yeah,
paid it on my first hot lap. So
and you finished P5 as well off that race, which is just an amazing, turnaround. And then obviously in Hungary, we won't talk too much about Hungary because even if you had a good qualifying, the race wasn't exactly fantastic. So we won't talk too much about that. But just off these three races alone, as the standings are looking extremely good. I mean, at the moment, I think, me personally, I've got you down for the championship. I really do think you was a little bit unlucky in Hungary. I think you were better than that in Spa in terms of it was a mistake. So like for me, I still think you're one of the strongest drivers in EU4. So I think a lot of people agree. There are some other good drivers. Spud's really showing a lot of pace. Luke Prentice is showing some good pace, but I think I'm tipping you for this year's title. I mean, at the moment, the standings, 48 points off. Yeah, I think 48 points at the moment for Luke Prentice in first, and obviously your joint second with Shane at the moment on 35 points, I believe it is. So,
yeah,
what's your thoughts on the title, and do you think you can win it?
yeah, I think I can win it. Luke is about the same pace as me, just like Blaze. I think we
Hmm.
are the main title contenders. Yeah, but Blaze and me both got some consistency problems.
Hmm.
Because in Spa, I was pretty confident to get pole because we did some practice earlier again with Blaze, and he was in about 41.8, 41.9 in practice in qualifying, and I was about 41.4, 41.5. So it was so
Right.
stupid to bin it on my first hot lap because yeah, it should have been easy pole.
Yeah.
um, the race was good, of course, to make it all the way back from the back to P4, but
Yeah.
after switch review it went P5. But yeah, really a damage limitation race.
Of course.
Yeah, Hungary qualifying was okay. It wasn't great, but yeah, I was happy with P4, especially with Rosa, of course, because he's normally an EU2 driver. So yeah, he was way too quick. But I'm so bad in the rain. Uh, I tried. My start was already shit. So
Hmm.
I can't. I had no traction. So after one turn, I went from P4 to P11, I think. Um,
Right.
yeah, and to be honest with you, you can't. There's no almost no place to overtake, especially in the rain.
Yeah.
So I knew, yeah, my race was gone right about after lap one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and I played with very high um, force feedback, about 120, 125. And yeah, because it's so slow in the rain, to be honest with you, I got sore arms. So
Right.
I decided to retire after, yeah, two-time binning it.
Yeah,
And I lowered it to 70 now, and it feels so much better. Maybe that's the reason why Monaco went so well. But I'm much more confident with these settings than the settings I had in Belgium and in Hungary. So when I'm looking to the rest of the season, I think there might be a chance to win it all. But I need to work on my consistency. And yeah, Blaze and Luke are definitely up there as well. So it would be a
yeah,
fight. It won't be
brilliant.
easy. It won't be an
No,
easy
no.
championship. No.
No, 100%. And as I say, I think I mentioned at the start that EU4 at the moment is just it is on fire. In fact, every tier at the moment is on fire. It really is. I've been trying to watch as many races as possible, and the only ones I can't watch is EU AM1 and AM2. But other than that, everything seems to be unreal. So I think obviously we've spoken about your ambitions. What obviously I know you've spoken about I think Luke Prentice, Blaze on a similar pace. Who would you say are your biggest rivals? Is it them three drivers that we've just spoken about?
Main rivals. Yeah, really Luke and Blaze. Maybe Shane, but Shane, also not very consistent.
Mhm.
I know he's not practicing a lot, so I think he could do a lot better.
Yeah,
And his qualifyings are not that good. Maybe he's most of the time he starts from P7, P8, I think. So
yeah,
that's always giving him a disadvantage in the race. But his race pace seems
Mhm.
good. So if I had to choose a third driver, it would be Shane, I think.
Brilliant. I'm sure if Shane does listen to this, I'm sure he'll have something to
And
say.
also Spot. He
Well, there you
improved so
go. I
much.
know.
The man is flying at the moment.
Yeah, he really is, and just like a bit of a shout out for Spud. We've got to remember this is his first F1 game. That's what people have got to remember. And the pace he is showing is extremely good. So I'm looking forward to seeing Spud up there. I'm looking forward to seeing you hopefully grab that title. I think you are capable, and I think you're in my mind that you're the favourite. So no, look, I think a bit of an up and down season so far.
Yes,
Monaco
definitely.
P1, Spa P5, obviously Hungary DNF. Quickly before we do, close the interview, what's your expectations for Abu Dhabi? Have you got high hopes?
No, it's kind of a neutral track for me. Monaco is strong. Um, the Abu Dhabi, not so much. I think I've got the pace to be up there again, but I need some practice, and it won't be a blowout. It's like last week, so I really need to fight for a good spot. So I hope
Yeah.
to end up top three again.
hmm
But I really need to work on my consistency because that's my biggest enemy at the moment.
Of course. Well, obviously the practice and doing the different scenarios in Monaco paid off. So I suppose we expect some of the same for Abu Dhabi. So get practicing, and hopefully we'll see you on that podium again. And hopefully we'll get an interview with you soon. Hopefully maybe as champion. We'll see. But
It would be
for
great.
tonight. Yeah. Oh no, definitely, definitely. And as I say, I'm sure a lot of people are backing you as well as a couple of others in the league. So it'd be great to see. Right. So I think that's everything we've covered. I think that's been amazing. So thank you again for joining us. And before we do call it, have you got anything you'd like to say to any of the drivers, any of the admin, anyone you want? Have you got anything you want to add before we do close the interview there?
um, First I have to thank you for having me. It really is a pleasure to get an interview with you. Uh,
Oh, no problem at
I
all,
hope you
Paul.
do well. So we're going and me too. So we can be teammates next season, like we
Definitely.
wish to. Yes.
The
um,
oldies.
Yes, and I want to back my teammate Blaze that he needs to keep faith in himself because he's quick enough to be up there. But yeah, he's got some consistency problems like me, and yeah,
Hmm.
he's very unfortunate
Yeah,
the first few races, but he will
of
definitely be
course.
up there.
Nice to hear. Nice to hear. Well, in that case, Blaze, if you're listening, pull your finger out, mate. Get practicing. Um, and again, thank you for joining us. It's not always convenient, but people are making the effort to come and join me. So again, thank you, Hilly, for joining us this evening.
It was a pleasure.
Um, oh, thank you. The pleasure was mine. I'll put this onto YouTube for everyone to listen. So make sure you get listening. And again, as I say in every single one, if anybody would like an interview, just drop me a message and try and squeeze you in. But for tonight, that's me and Hilly out. Both of you, everyone take care, look after yourselves and stay safe. And Hilly, thank you again.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers, pal.